So welcome back to another video. Last time we prepped and painted the Boxster and it didn't turn out great. All of the filler line decided to run. But today we're going to be fixing those issues that came up with the paint. So we're going to be sanding back down all of the runs that we had and then going from there and doing some more painting. And later on in the video, the car does undergo a big change. So you'll see that in a bit. I started just by giving it a good clean, as you saw, and now I'm beginning to sand the top of the quarter. I had to be really careful here because I didn't want to create any flat spots, so I've got to make sure I follow the curve of the panel with the sanding block, which is really important, otherwise I'm going to have to end up doing more filler primer to fit in the flat spots, and it makes the whole process a lot longer than it needs to be if I create unnecessary flat spots. Well, the car is filthy right now, but yeah, the stripes are gone. I did it over the weekend as it was pretty hot, and I thought that now would be as good a time as ever, it being as hot as it was. It was really easy to get those stripes off. If you've seen any of the recent two shorts or a couple of, I don't know when I'm going to be posting this, but any recent video that I've posted that's a short most likely has this car without the stripes on. And yeah, a couple of issues. The badge scraped a bit and there's still a bit of red there, but it's not like the end of the world. We just need to prep the rest of the car now. Speaking of prepping, some more of this happened off camera. So I wasn't able to capture just doing another layer of filling, but this is all smoothed down now. Oh, the car is filthy, sorry. So yeah, this is all smoothed down now, and it's had another couple of bits of filler put on. We've even gone up to here, which I didn't really want to do, but you know what, we're prepping the whole car for wrap at this point. We know that's happening because the stripes have come off, so we may as well do as much of the panel as there were issues on. So we've got just these bits here. This is all fairly smooth now. There was another tiny bit somewhere that I've lost. Is it that? I think it's this. But the rest of it is fairly smooth. Now, much to my surprise, the only paint that came off with the stripes was here. That is the only paint that's come off. I knew it would do it there, but I was expecting it to, especially on the back. Yeah, the car is filthy. I expected it to do this and peel just all the paint off on sectors of this and this. Actually, it's protected underneath. So who knows what's happened there. I reckon this has come up, and the last owner did have a rat rust rod kind of beetle. I was wondering if the paint started to fade on this and he kind of embraced it and took a wire brush to it, which is why it's not got any lacquer on, or it's at least not very much lacquer on, and this is all glossy underneath this, where the stripes were. Who knows, that's just a working theory for now. We'll be continuing the prep work soon. It is a new sunny day, and now we're going to be continuing with the work. So first step today is going to be just wash it, and then get filling on, sanding on these bits that I found here. Yeah, we'll see where any come up. So yeah, this panel is clean now, ready for a bit more filler on those bits that need it, and then sanding. Yeah, the car is filthy, but this is a consequence for parking it under a tree that is pollinating. There's that much dust on it and just pollen. It's awful. But yes, I'm going to get started with the body filler primer now. Now, because I can't be bothered to wrap the whole car up again, for most of this body filler primer application, I'm just using a piece of cardboard to shield the rest of the panels. Clearly that's gone spectacularly, as we've got loads of overspray here, but it's not the end of the world. Always make sure when you first use it to spray it like so. Just get it all ready. Now, I want to be using that's way too much, oh well. Cool, so let's put the hairdryer on those to get them to dry, and then we will start sanding. It should be dry to the touch now. Could do with a bit longer actually. So we're going to be using 800 grit sandpaper for this, and just to make sure that you get all the surface off, but without completely screwing up the rest of the panel. I have sanded that bottom one now, but this one's going to be quite difficult, so I'm just going to raise the deck quickly so that I can get better access to sanding it all without having to worry about sanding off the lacquer on the deck. So I am seeing a couple more flecks of silver and some low spots here, just around where I did this top chip, and this one was kind of hidden by the bottom of the deck, but we'll still have to wrap over it, so we're going to have to deal with that low spot. So we're just going to fill that up now. I know I'm terrible at this, but it's not the end of the world. Just added the filler in again, and hopefully it gets dry quickly so we can sand it back a bit. Someone's having a barbecue, I can smell it. Oh, there goes all my stuff.
2 hours later.
Although, that looks pretty good. That top bit's still a bit uneven, but otherwise that is looking quite good. Oh, I've gone through again. It's just a tiny bit too much. Although, that being said, it's not actually that bad anymore.
So here we are, starting to paint the car. I do have my dad helping me again because, as I said last time, he's got a bit more experience than I do in this, and he's got a slightly lighter touch, and I've got quite a heavy hand. But now, whilst the paint wasn't great quality, it did look okay in the end. So here it is.
So we just finished the painting. It's still got a couple of lumps and bumps, and it has run on 1 or 2 places, but that being said, it is a lot better than the first time round we did the first coat on that quarter. It's looking a lot better, so let's have a look at it. As you can see, we've gone further along, and yeah, on camera, it looks pretty good. It's only done a tiny bit of running there. Let's see if I can catch it in the right light. There we are, I've got my shadow over it. You can see it's got a tiny bit of running and bubbling there. But other than that, it looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna whisk everything off this. Now that we've got this all off, let's have a good look. So yes, I think it's looking pretty good. Still not going to be the best thing in the world, but as I said, I think it looks pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now, the paint that we used, it's not brilliant, and we're not brilliant painters either, but I showed what it looked like when we got it in the last video. I'll chuck it again. I'll chuck that picture up again here, and I think it's a massive improvement, and I'm much happier with how this looks now. And yeah, I guess we can leave the bodywork for a while before we get to wrapping it in the summer. So on that note, thank you very much for watching, and remember, if you got this far, like and subscribe. Got to get the subs up somehow. That means that more people can see the videos. So thanks.